The push for a light rail system in the capital has picked up speed, but at a cost of nearly $1 billion, the ACT Transport Minister says it's too expensive. However, the light rail group says it can be done.
Walter Burley Griffin's plans for the city had intended the main centres would be linked by rail. He even allocated green space down the wide roads, including Northbourne Avenue, to allow it to be built. But it never happened, and the ACT Light Rail Coalition wants to revisit the idea.
Walter Burley Griffin, back at the turn of the century, had the foresight to put in planning for light rail, for a rail network. We're now almost 100 years later in this town, and we don't have the foresight to look at planning for that following 100 years.
The group has even drawn up plans for a working network, with light rail servicing the main centres and action buses covering the smaller routes.
The buses will actually feed the light rail network. The light rail network will actually run down the backbone of Canberra and get people where they need to go in volume.
But the cost of establishing such a system is nearly $900 million, which the government says is out of reach.
At the moment, we don't have the money now, nor do we have the money into the future to provide a $1 billion piece of infrastructure in itself.
But the recent ACT budget included a $1 billion infrastructure boost for parking, roads and buses. The Light Rail Coalition says an incremental investment plan is the key.
What happens with the transport system that we have at the moment is we look from one election to the next. We're not looking at the long-term future.
Suggestions the Commonwealth should contribute to a national capital light rail scheme have been rejected, given the Razor Gang's current budget priorities.
I don't think the time is right to ask the federal government for that kind of money. They're in fund saving mode, not fund spending mode.
Geraldine Nordfeld, WIN News.
And now to our WIN poll, where WIN News asks for your opinion. Do you think Canberra needs a light rail system? Dial 1902 555 175 for yes. For no, dial 1902 555 176. We'll give you the final results in tomorrow's WIN News Bulletin.